This prayer was written years ago by Reverend E.J. McMahon during a SEAL team dedication. Dear Father in heaven, if I may respectfully say so, sometimes you are a strange God. Though you love all mankind, it seems you have special predilections too. You seem to love those men who can stand alone, who face impossible odds, who challenge every bully and every tyrant. Those men who know the heat and loneliness of a cavalry. Possibly you cherish men of this stamp because you recognize the marks of your only son in them. Since this unique group of men known as the SEALs know cavalry and suffering, teach them now the mystery of the resurrection, that they are indestructible, that they will live forever because of their deep faith in you. And when they do come to heaven, may I respectfully warn you, dear Father, they also know how to celebrate. So please be ready for them when they insert under your pearly gates. Bless them, their devoted families, and their country on this glorious occasion. We ask this through the merits of your Son, Christ Jesus the Lord. Amen.
In times of war or uncertainty, there is a special breed of warrior ready to answer our nation's call. A common man with uncommon desire to succeed. Forged by adversity, he stands alongside America's finest special operations forces to serve his country, the American people, and protect their way of life. I am that man.
My trident is a symbol of honor and heritage, bestowed upon me by the heroes that have gone before, and embodies the trust of those I am sworn to protect. By wearing the trident, I accept the responsibility of my chosen profession, and it is a privilege that I must earn every day.
My loyalty to country and team is beyond reproach. I humbly serve as a guardian to my fellow Americans, always ready to defend those who are unable to defend themselves. I do not advertise the nature of my work, nor seek recognition for my actions. I voluntarily accept the inherent hazards of my profession, placing the welfare and security of others before my own.
I serve with honor, on and off the battlefield. The ability to control my emotions and my actions, regardless of circumstance, sets me apart from other men. Uncompromising integrity is my standard. My character and honor are steadfast. My word is my bond.
We expect to lead and be led. In the absence of orders, I will take charge, lead my teammates, and accomplish the mission. I lead by example in all situations.
I will never quit. I persevere and thrive on adversity. My nation expects me to be physically harder and mentally stronger than my enemies. If knocked down, I will get back up every time. I will draw on every remaining ounce of strength to protect my teammates and accomplish our mission. I'm never out of the fight.
We demand discipline. We expect innovation. The lives of my teammates and the success of our mission depend on me, my technical skill, tactical proficiency, and attention to detail. My training is never complete.
We train for war and fight to win. I stand ready to bring the full spectrum of combat power to bear in order to achieve my mission and the goals established by my country. The execution of my duties will be swift and violent when required, yet guided by the very principle that I serve to defend.
Brave men have fought and died, building the proud tradition and feared reputation that I am bound to uphold. In the worst of conditions, the legacy of my teammates steadies my resolve and silently guides my every deed. I will not fail.
To my fellow service members and Americans across the nation, and especially my current and former teammates in Naval Special Warfare, it is an absolute honor to lead and be a part of this great community. As we reconnect with family and friends this upcoming Memorial Day weekend, we will pause to acknowledge the sacrifices of our countrymen, the men and women who throughout our history have died defending the principles of freedom, justice, and democracy around the world. Their stories are inspiring examples of service dedicated to the greater good. Let us also remember those who are still listed among the missing. Here in Naval Special Warfare, we recount the personal courage and the selfless acts of heroism of our teammates who have gone before us. Their blood was shed, their lives sacrificed to enable us to live in freedom. Let us strive to live every day earning our seat at Naval Special Warfare and live a life worthy of their sacrifice. Our fallen teammates, along with their loved ones, remain in our thoughts and prayers. They are always part of the Naval Special Warfare family and will never be forgotten. Please reach out, as I will this weekend, and reconnect with those families who have lost a loved one and share a story about how that individual inspired and impacted your life in a positive way. Thank you, and it remains an honor to lead this great community.
Thank you, Admiral Green. Can everyone hear me on the live stream? Thumbs up if you can. Okay, good to go. Ladies and gentlemen, greetings from McKee's Irish Pub in Coronado, California. And thank you for taking the time out of your busy holiday weekend to join us for the first annual Frogman Down. My name is Steve Lewandowski, and I have the distinct honor of being today's Master of Ceremonies. Our mission today is to execute the vision of Senior Chief Retired Daniel Yowler, to recognize the giants on whose shoulders we stand. And that is the fallen frogmen who have died in the course of duty over the past 75 years. This salute recognizes the fact that freedom isn't free, that there's a price to pay. And the frogmen that we salute today have paid the ultimate price with the sacrifice of their lives. As you can imagine, this also greatly impacts their families. Parents who no longer have a son, wives who no longer have a husband, and children who no longer have a father. And there will always be an empty seat at the Thanksgiving table. To salute our fallen heroes, we will be live streaming from 7 locations from Arlington National Cemetery in the east to Honolulu in the west, and several points in between. We're also pleased to report that as an 11th hour edition, we will be hearing the recorded salutes of the first 3 Navy SEAL Medal of Honor recipients. Who are the Navy SEALs? The United States Navy SEALs are the Navy's primary special operations force and a component of the Naval Special Warfare Command. Among the SEALs' main functions are conducting small unit maritime military operations that originate from and return to a river, an ocean, a swamp, a delta, or a coastline. The SEALs are trained to operate in all environments, hence the sea, air, and land for which they are named. The modern-day U.S. Navy SEALs can trace their roots to World War II. The United States recognized the need for covert reconnaissance of landing beaches and coastal defenses and established the Navy Combat Demolition Units in 1943. First up, on today's live stream, we have that 11th hour addition to our program. When all of the Vietnam-era SEALs who had received the Medal of Honor heard that we were doing this, they insisted to be a part of this. So we will now have recorded broadcasts, recorded just yesterday, from Mike Thornton, Bob Carey, and Tommy Norris.
Hi, my name is Mike Thornton, Navy SEAL Medal of Honor recipient. I like to leave these names in the honor of these men that I think so much about. Billy Mason, 8/16/1966, in the honor of his good friend Barry Enoch. My friend Rich Solano, 6/23/70. My friend Jim Gore, 6/23/1970. My good friend Frank Bomar, 12/20/1970. And my friend Les Moe, 3/29/1971. Let's always remember these men of the honor and what they gave the utmost to keep our nation safe and free, as all our SEALs have done throughout the years. God bless you all, and God bless this great country called America. Thank you.
Hi, this is Bob Carey, SEAL Team 1, 1969, Medal of Honor recipient as well. Calling my memories on Memorial Day are Ken Von Noy, Nick Solano, Jim Gore, Frank Bomar, Mike Collins, and others, Solano and Gore in particular, but also Greco and McCall, who were killed during training and would have made it through, in my opinion, and deserve to be remembered as well. Happy Memorial Day.
Hello, teammates. My name is Tom Norris. I'm a Medal of Honor recipient and a prior member of SEAL Team 2. On this Memorial Day, and as part of the Frogman Down program, I'd like this time to recognize 5 of the men I knew who lost their lives in Vietnam. Roberto Ramos, 29 October 68. Harry Albert Mattingly, Jr., 16 January 69. Curtis Ashton, 27 December 69. John Bubba Bruton, 11 January 70. And Clarence Risher, 31 Jan 1968. Some meaningful time, and our heads are off and our prayers are with them. Thank you.
Thank you from all of our Vietnam era Medal of Honor recipient Navy SEALs. We'd also like to take this time to recognize the last of the original Frogmen, Wild Bill Dawson. He just celebrated his birthday, his 94th birthday, just last month. In 1943, he enlisted in the U.S. Navy when he was just 17 years of age. Not long after enlisting, he found out about a specialized Navy unit that got to blow things up. He decided that was for him, so he decided to volunteer. But he almost didn't even get a chance to attempt the training. As he and a buddy reached the building where the volunteers were assembling, they were told that the class was full. They had 500 volunteers already. Undeterred and demonstrating the intrepidity of a Navy SEAL, Dawson and his buddy walked around the back of the building and climbed through an open window and took their place in the back of the line. So the volunteer class 1 of the famous Frogmen was now numbered at 502 instead of just 500. Their training was whittled down to 52 from 500. And the toughness of the Frogmen's course would be every bit as tough as the famed Bud's course that the SEALs is today. It was tough, but he graduated to take his place with the underwater demolition teams. They were also called the Naval Combat Demolition Units. These men were legendary in clearing beach obstacles for the countless amphibious landings that were conducted during World War II. Their casualty rate for Frogmen at Normandy was 53%. During his birthday celebration last month, Dawson took great pride in being the first group of sailors to become the Navy SEALs of today. Knowing today what I helped start developed into is one of the greatest outfits in the world. He remained a proud Frogman to the end. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take you to the salute and the gathering to Dave Hall in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Dave, take it away.
Greetings from Virginia Beach, Virginia, home of the Atlantic Fleet SEALs. Those of you that have served here on the East Coast know that this is a pretty tight plan. And how they got the word, I don't know, but they turned out in droves. We're gathered here live at Froggy's Barbecue on Shore Drive, and we're honored to take part in this evolution today, honoring our fallen brothers this Memorial Day weekend. We'd like to thank our teammate Bill McKell, who owns Frogman, for hosting us here today. And we'd also like to acknowledge those brave and highly trained men and women of Naval Special Warfare who are presently deployed defending our freedom. Thank you for what you do. We don't have time to say the names of all of our brothers who have passed in World War II, but the men whose names we will say today are representative of that larger team who are no longer with us in life. We're going to begin by honoring our World War II veterans first. Please feel free to repeat their names aloud wherever you are as we go through our list. The following men were killed in action on Omaha Beach, D-Day, June 6, 1944, just a few days short of exactly 75 years ago today. Carmine D. Gregorio, Harold Duncan, Donald McGeary, Raymond Hynak. The following men were just a few of whom were killed in the Japanese bombing of the USS Blessman on February 18, 1945, just after completing the pre-D-Day beach preparation on Iwo Jima. Kermit Allen, Paul Davis, Paul Gordon, Chester Sight. The remaining names will read span several decades of loss.
Bill Rat Miller, Jose Trevino,
Edward Gray, Ronald Berry, James Fox, Clarence Fisher, John Bruton, Harold Berkey, Kevin Lundberg,
John Cheese Ranchizio, Thomas Daniel Capel,
Ron Ostrander, Peter Stewart McDonald, Harry Lump Williams, Isaac Rodriguez, Steve Deutsch, Michael Pope, Jason Freewald, David Collins,
Jeffrey Lucas,
Gary Garber,
Don McFall, J.R. Sully.
we miss you guys and we love you. For Virginia Beach, let's hear it. Navy SEAL! These men are in our minds and they're on our hearts this weekend, as are the Gold Star families and the other loved ones they left behind. That's what we've got from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Back to you, Steve.
Thank you, Dave and Jimmy and friends. That was awesome. And before we continue, we have a special tribute to Wild Bill Dawson from SEAL Training Class 1.
I am blessed to have had the opportunity to stand next to the greatest of men and to call them friends and brothers. Though my time with the Navy was short, it cast a long, bright glow over my whole life. The Navy SEAL ethos talks about being forged by adversity. I know we had plenty of that, yet adversity is not what endures in my heart. For me, what endures is the legacy of my teammates, the character and the honor of good men with whom I came to know well and to trust to the ends of the earth. They have steadied me in the worst moments, and our lifelong bond will sustain me to my final day. Wild Bill Dawson. Rest in peace, Frogman. UDT, Class 1. Long live the Brotherhood. Hooyah!
All right, thank you. And now we're going to take it to Washington, D.C., live from Arlington National Cemetery, where Joel Lambert will be broadcasting with the D.C. Frogman Motorcycle Club. Joel, take it away.
Thanks, Steve.
Joel Lambert, take it away, my friend.
Thanks, Steve. We're here in Washington, D.C. with the Frogman Motorcycle Club. We've traveled from all four corners of this great nation to be here in Washington, D.C. this Memorial Day weekend. Yesterday, we walked these sacred grounds and visited every single gravesite of every single Trident wearer who's interred here in Arlington National Cemetery. And tonight, we're standing by at the gravesite of Extortion 17, the helicopter crash that killed 17 SEALs in a single day. It was the greatest single loss of life in naval special warfare history. The SEALs that were lost
Okay, it appears as if that the feed has frozen from Arlington National Cemetery, so hopefully we can get back to Joel before the end of the broadcast. Now we're going to go down to Panama City, Florida, where John Cedarquist is with the Gulf Shore SEALs. Take it away, John.
Streaming live from Panama City Beach, Florida. The Gulf Coast SEALs and our supporters are here today to memorialize our SEAL brothers. Before we begin, we'd like to thank Joey Sostheim and Triple J's for offering their fine establishment to support our venue. Further, a special thanks to Jerry Moffett and Margot Calcasi of Bone Frog Wines, who have been generous with all proceeds going back to SEAL charities. We honor all generations of SEALs no longer with us. Their selfless sacrifice and sacrifice will never be forgotten. The SEALs we have chosen to identify from Panama City and every streaming site today have left a profound legacy with our SEAL community and great country. These SEALs and also all those in uniform who paid the ultimate price for this great nation will never be forgotten. We have chosen to recognize the following no longer with us: Thomas J. Valentine, Robert R. Schomburger, Albert A. Schaffelberger III, Mark E. Harris, Richard A. Greer, Richard D. Bond, William C. Robinson, John P. Connors, Michael P. Wood, Bill Brumuller, Clark Presswood, Richard M. Horn, Stephen L. Morris, Daniel P. Langolier, Brian Kelly, Michael A. Fackety, James Gator Parks, Robert Fox Candifio.
Let's see if that feed is up.
And we'll come back in. Can you hear us in Panama City? Any love? Yes. Continuing on for Panama City, Timothy J. Farrell, Stephen Scott Havelston.
Okay.
Thomas W. Hickey, Timothy A. Holden, Sean L. Mann, Bradley S. Kavner.
Do we have a live feed now for Joel Lang?
And for the rest of Panama City, I'm going to read their names anyway. To you. This is Panama City. In closing, a big hooyah to our brothers who are no longer with us. Your teammates cannot wait till we're reunited in the frog pond in the sky. God bless the teams in the United States of America. Back to you, Steve and Coronado.
Thank you, John. That was awesome. Now we're going to take it up to Denver, Colorado, the Mile High City, with Chatrick Clark. Take it away, Chatrick.
Greetings from the Mile High City. We'd like to thank our host, Lansdowne Arms Pub. They're a big supporter of our local team guys. Today I have two guests helping to remember our fallen. Julio Fitzgibbons and a Gold Star parent, Dan Dietz. Take our first names, Dan.
Danny Dietz, Matthew Axelson, and Michael Murphy.
Brian Olette, Keith Kimura, Scott Wirtz, David Collins, Leroy Gregor, Scott Danielson, Donald Boston, Lawrence Williams, Richard Wolf, Douglas Dubach, Lynn Manor, Lester Moe, Loco Palma.
Rich Horn, Joseph Costco, John Sadlick, Ernest Greppin, Benoit Adelbert, Matthew Bourgeois, Gordon Brown, Chad Burkhart, Carl Clearwater, and Herc Albrecht. That's the names from Denver. God bless the USA.
Cheers.
Thank you, Chatrick. That looks like a great crowd in Denver. And now we're going to swing down to Phoenix, Arizona, sunny Scottsdale, Arizona, actually. Scott Snyder, take it away. Scott, if you could unmute and let's hear from you from sunny Scottsdale, Arizona. Okay, now we're going to go back to Joel Lambert at Arlington National Cemetery. It looks like he's got things, we've got the screen reconnected. Joel, take it away if you will.
All right, thanks, Steve. Greetings, brothers, family, and friends. The Frogman Motorcycle Club has traveled from all four corners of this great nation to be here in Washington, D.C. this Memorial Day weekend. Yesterday, we walked the grounds of Arlington and visited every single gravesite of every single Trident wearer who's interred here in these sacred grounds. And tonight, we're standing by the gravesite of Extortion 17, the helicopter crash that killed 17 SEALs. It was the greatest single loss of life in one day in naval special warfare history. The brothers we lost that day.
Thank you, Joel. All right, we're gonna try Scott Snyder one more time down in sunny Scottsdale, Arizona. Take it away, Scott. Unmute and take it away.
Thank you, Steve.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
Scottsdale, Arizona. We'd like to remember. I'd like to thank the VIG, McDowell Mountain, for being our generous host today on this Day of Remembrance, Memorial Day weekend, 2019. Are remembered from Arizona, killed in Afghanistan, Kevin Richard Ebert, Patrick Delaney Feeks, David Martin Tapper. Killed in action, Iraq, Mark Allen Lee, Charles Humphrey Keating IV. Killed in action, Libya, Tyrone Woods, Glenn Doherty. Killed in action, Grenada, Kenny Butcher. Killed in action, Vietnam, Leslie Harold Funk, Walter Glenn Pope, James L. Ritter. I'd also like to add to the members killed in action, Omaha Beach, Jesse D. Olive, Frank James Perkins, Ozzie Claude Mingledorf Jr., Maurice Francis Sullivan Jr. Killed on Utah Beach, Peter Matthew Dremmer. Also killed in training, Brian Christopher Berger, Johnny Michael Lancaster, Robert L. Vincent III, Jason Early Pruitt, Brett David Shattle, Lance Michael Vaccaro, Thomas J. Valentine. Also, we'd like to remember our brothers who are no longer with us. Service in World War II, UDT 21, Robert Schaus, Ray Sikowski, Hugh Lansden, Ernest Chesney, Pete Hall, Lloyd Daniels. Service in Korea, Bill Taylor, Melvin Christensen. Service in Vietnam, Jeffrey Richard Ebert, William Pakacek, John Ritter, Tim Prusek, Mark Akusko, Artie Reese, Jim Myers, Pat McKnight, Ed Jones. Service during Cold War, Grenada, Desert Storm, Dave Bear, Tom Hanrath, Kirk Dobstaff, Barry Enoch, Randy Johnson, Steve Bukowski, Ken Martin, Dave Walters, Walt Puller, Dave Billings. In service in Afghanistan and/or Iraq, Bruce Soltis, Mark Emery Lee, David Casper, and Scott David Mongo Brockman. Hooyah to you all, gentlemen. We'll see you when we get there. Back to you, Steve.
Jonas Kelso, Louis Langlis, Thomas Ratzlaff, Heath Robinson, Matt Mills, Matthew Mason, Kevin Houston, Brian Bill, Christopher Campbell, Jason Workman, Aaron Vaughn,
John Tomlinson, Nicholas Spihar, Derek Benson, John Foss, Jesse Pittman, Robert Reeves.
Thank you very much. Now we would like to go all the way out to Hawaii, where Randy West will take it from here at the Nashville Waikiki. Take it away, Randy.
Thank you, Steve, and aloha to all our teammates and family members. I have the honor of citing the names of our fallen brothers on behalf of our teammates that are here today. However, before I do so, I would like to recognize Dan Jesse to my right for honchoing this event from Hawaii, and our host Nashville's for graciously welcoming us to their establishment for this event. Now the names of our fallen brothers: Shane Patton, James Suh, Michael Mansour, Neil Roberts, Slater Blackiston, Matthew Leathers, Eric Schellenberger, William Saddling, Carter Dean, Michael Bell, Leon Pepper Tagle, Stephen Clark, Thomas Marquis, Jerome McCauley, Thomas Wong, David Payana, Teddy Guess, Richard Olson, Jerome Donnell, Kenneth Howe, Carmen Pirro, Matthew Brinker, Daniel Medina, and to note fallen brothers from specific operations: Omaha Beach, D-Day, June 6, 1944. Thomas Dillon, Walter Dombeck, William Dorn, Elmer Drew. And then UDT 9, Lingaye Golf, December 12, 1945, in the Republic of the Philippines. Guadalupe Castilla, Robert Hopkins, Marvin Malfeo, James Rodriguez. Again, thank you for the opportunity to recognize our teammates on this Memorial Day weekend. From Hawaii, a great aloha. Back to you, Steve.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Steve and Daniel Yao, who will take it away right now.
I'm honored to stand before you today at McPee's Irish Pub in Coronado to pay our respects to our brothers who have made the ultimate sacrifice. Almost every frogman has passed through these doors, and today I want to remember Greg McPartland, Michael Suter, Gary Welt, Doug Young, Eric Hill, Rob Guzzo, Danny Healy, Mark Harris, Ryan Larkin, Ship Attack Jack Kelly, John Hall, Kyle McMillan, Chris Kyle, Adam Brown, Adam Smith, Brendan Looney, Ryan Jaw, to my attention by a few of the gentlemen that have showed up here today. Curtis Ashton, Willie One Lump Reicher, Lieutenant Trenai, John Stockholm, plank owner, Class 25, East Coast, Ron Smith, John Callahan, Bill Tuxedo, Maxie Stevenson, Dick Lyon. That's all I have. from Coronado and McKees. I'm going to turn it back over to Steve Lewandowski.
Thank you, Daniel. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, let me remind you that all of the names that have been read today will be displayed on the screen at the conclusion of our ceremony. So all of the names will be displayed at the conclusion of our ceremony. Now, I'd like you to grab your cocktails, your beers, etc., and stand by because Toastmaster Dee Dee Molinar from here at McKees in Coronado.
Silence, please! Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a Memorial Day toast to our fallen comrades. Please stand and raise your glasses to all of our fallen teammates. And if you don't have a glass, the teammates we honor on Memorial Day dedicated and gave their lives to secure each of us a chance to keep living ours. Memorial Day is our chance to remember those we've lost, to honor their sacrifices, and to embrace the freedom that was their ultimate gift. Get on camera. So stand and raise your glasses to all of our fallen teammates. Life should not be a journey to the grave with the intention of arriving safely in a pretty and well-preserved body, but rather to skid broadside in a cloud of smoke, thoroughly used up, totally worn out, and loudly proclaiming, "Hooyah! What a ride! Hooyah! Hooyah!"
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a tough one to follow. That is the inimitable Dee Dee Molinar. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the first annual Frogman Down.
While storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us all swear allegiance to a land that's still free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair as we raise up our voices to the air with this solemn prayer. God bless America. God, please save America today. God bless America, this land